en Texas hay. Depende de nuestro esfuerzo hacer nuestros sueños realidad. Juntos, con orgullo, con Bush en el puesto, un Texas más fuerte, vamos muy bien.
Hi, this is Emilio. I'm supporting our governor, George W. Bush. He's working hard to create better jobs and more opportunity for all of us.
Juntos, we can build a better Texas. This is George W. Bush, your governor.
Juntos.
Why vote for George W. Bush? Because he believes in family, because he supports education, because he knows we all are the new face of America, because he wants no child to be left behind, because it's time for a change, because he understands our culture, porque sabe que somos el futuro, because he's a great guy, porque el sueño americano es para todos, porque él será un gran presidente. This is the reason. Esta es la razón why I'll vote for him. How about you? How about you? ¿Y tú? How about you?
To me, there's nothing more important than family, helping one another, and watching my kids grow up. I want them growing up in a place where the streets are safe, where they can get a good education, where they have opportunity. In Texas, all that is possible because we have a leader who understands, who's close to our community. Who cares if he's not a Democrat?
I appreciate that, and I agree. That's why I'm working hard to make sure all our children can succeed, and I need your vote to continue.
The first time I saw George W. Bush in person was when he was marching down Guadalupe Street at the Mexican Independence Day Parade. He was smiling, shaking hands. He was walking, not riding in a car. The day was hot. He was sweating, but he loved it.
Kind of reminds me of the days when the Kennedys used to go to the Latino neighborhoods, to our neighborhoods. They loved everybody, and everybody loved them. That's how I feel about George W. Bush.
I've been asked many times what makes up the character of a man. I think it's a lot of things. Where you grow up and how. The values you're taught. The friends you pick. How you see family and how you see others. When you grow up in Texas, you have a certain vantage point. I made a lot of good Latino friends back in Midland. I don't forget them. Where I come from, cultural diversity isn't just something you read about. It is something you see every day. It's part of your life. It's the people you know. In my case, it's family.
I'm a young Latino in the U.S. and very proud of my bloodline. In many ways, I'm like any other American. I believe in opportunity, a level playing field for everyone, and the achievement of the American dream. I have an uncle that is running for president because he believes in the same thing. Opportunity for every American, for every Latino. His name, same as mine, George Bush.
I'm proud of the Latino blood that flows in the Bush family. As a consequence, I've learned about the culture, a bit about the language, and a lot about the Latino character. I've learned that my values and Latino values are the same, conservative values.
It didn't matter to him whether you had a lot of money or you didn't have any money, or you were Latino or black or whatever. He's the same person, and that's what made you comfortable around him.
Tiene el corazón de una persona que entiende al latino y nos ve iguales.
It's a comfort to know that maybe, quite possibly, George Bush will be president of this country, and we'll have someone that can understand us. Someone that's not pretending, or I need an advisor to go understand the Hispanics in Midland and Texas, and he can actually say, hey, I know what they need.
Latinos enrich our country with faith in God, a strong ethic of work and community and responsibility. We can all learn from the strength, solidarity, and values of Latinos. Latinos come to the U.S. to seek the same dreams that have inspired millions of others. They want a better life for their children. Family values do not stop at the Rio Grande River. When you really get down to it, we're all immigrants. This country continually reinvents itself with new generations of immigrants, and each generation enriches America. The opportunity to achieve the American dream, that's what it's all about. But when you talk about the American dream and opportunity, it implies a level playing field for everyone, and it isn't always that way. Latinos and African Americans many times get the short end of the stick. Sometimes the discrimination is obvious. Other times it's so subtle, you can miss it if you're not watching. But my friends tell me this, if you're on the receiving end of it, you feel it.
You know, he was the first governor that actually stood up and says, we will not have immigration bashing in the state of Texas.
There's not a better man that I know for president. And I'm gonna back that up by voting for him.
Latinos contribute so much, and in return they deserve a full promise of American life, with reforms to say to Latinos, this is your country, this is your home. El sueño americano es para ti.
George, just be yourself, buddy. Go get him.
Perhaps you've seen this picture of my refusal to shake the hand of my opponent. I was brought up to believe that a handshake is a symbol of friendship and respect, not a meaningless, hypocritical gesture. My opponent has slurred my wife, my daughters, and falsified my record. My kind of Texan doesn't shake hands with that kind of man. Integrity is one Texas tradition you can count on me to uphold.
Voy a cantar un corrido que ha nacido de mi mente, del senador John Tower, querido por mucha gente. Vuelvan a reelegir a este hombre que es competente. Educación bilingüe por la que se ha preocupado el senador John Tower, por quien siempre hemos votado, porque él está con nosotros hace 17 años. Él lo que dice lo cumple, no habla nomás por hablar. Yo quiero que estén al tanto para que vayan a votar por el senador John Tower, no se les vaya a olvidar.
John Tower, él está con nosotros.
Voting around this house is almost tradition. We're Democrats. My father started it, I picked up on it, so did my kids. But this year it doesn't feel right voting only for tradition, especially now that my business is up and my wife and daughter can shop again for those little extras. That's the kind of tradition I like. So this year I'm starting a new tradition. I'm voting for President Reagan.
Four years ago, I voted for the first time, the same way the family voted, Democrat all the way. It's our party, Grandma said. Mom and Dad agreed. But this year, Dad isn't saying much. And Grandma now, she's saying, vote how you feel, hija. Maybe they're seeing what I'm seeing, that things are getting better and America's getting strong again. Vote my conscience, huh? Okay, President Reagan.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
Today, 3 times more Hispanics are completing college than 8 short years ago. More Hispanics are employed than ever before, earning more than ever before. That's progress in an environment of opportunity created under a Republican administration.
And justice for all.